When I was a child, I used to look at the stars with my friends, cousins, and brothers, and I used to dream of a better place with better houses, with gardens, parks, anyway, with a better future and full of opportunities. We grew up in the slums of Bogota. The slums are basically all those self-managed urban settlements that are developed outside urban planning regulations and that are usually characterized by self-construction, precariousness, lack of access to public service, and peripheral location in the city. I grew up there in the slums. And believe me, life is not easy for all the people who were born and grew up there. It is for this reason that I decided to study architecture because like many great architects today, I firmly believe that architecture is capable of contributing to societies and giving people more opportunities. However, making buildings to contribute to informal neighborhoods is not as easy as it seems because there is a phenomenon called gentrification, which, in few words, makes the development of these neighborhoods a little more delicate. That is why I bring with me this little presentation because it is worth asking ourselves how to build in a slums in Bogota. First, we understand the problem. Gentrification is a negative impact of large construction slums of Bogota. Since the emergence of informal neighborhoods, the Bogota administration has worked on the integration of these neighborhoods to Bogota, promoting private companies which usually are interested only in money, such as Bolivar or Amalito Construction Company, developing projects of different size in these areas. However, the economic ambition of these companies ignores the social dynamics of slums, thus managing projects that only generate economic profits and attract new residents. Some examples of these projects are shopping malls, residential megacomplexes, clinics, and big highways. The realization of these projects, although it promotes the urban restructuring of deteriorated urban areas, and in theory helps informal neighborhoods to develop. What it really causes is a gradual displacement of the impoverished inhabitants of these neighborhoods for others of a higher socioeconomic level, since the cost of living and land increase due to the new buildings established there. This phenomenon, known as gentrification, is a serious problem for the development of Bogota because the displacement of inhabitants promotes the emergence of new marginal neighborhoods on the outskirts of the city. In addition, turning the process of social integration into a vicious circle in which only private companies make a profit and poor people get poorer. In addition, according to the Urban Displacement Report, the state is perceived as the main promoter of displacement in Bogota due to the implementation of urban planning proposal in informal neighborhoods. In these statistics, it can be seen how in less than 2 years stratification increased in Bogota, making the price of land more and more expensive. That is why it's worth asking, how can we develop slums without increasing the cost of living and preventing residents from having to move? Of course, there is a solution. Solution understand the dynamics of informal neighborhoods and build around them, while raising land price are quality that drives all types of construction. It is possible to prevent the rising cost of living from being detrimental to the residents around you. To this end, some studies have shown that the solution to gentrification process lies in the management of projects that understand local dynamics and the needs of the neighborhood to be intervened. Imagine projects that are developed through community participation involving sociologists, anthropologists, ecologists, and architects, different professionals who, through research, promote simple projects but that are designed for the socioeconomic well-being of the community. Some projects with those characteristics can be educational centers, parks, small health centers, and alternative public transportation strategies. This promotes the well-being of informal neighborhoods, prevents the emergence of new economically privileged residents, and promotes internal economic development without dramatically increasing land price. This is very important to strengthen and develop informal neighborhoods. A close example is Medellin, a city that sought to strategy its informal neighborhoods, developing projects such as library parks, which are large buildings with many cultural and educational services that benefit the city in general, but they mainly satisfy the education deficit in the slums. This city also implement alternative public transport systems such as the cable car that shortens times and help vulnerable populations. Since then, these projects have contributed to the socioeconomic and housing progress of the city. So, in conclusion, if we can look at the stars and dream, change and strengthen cities through building that understand the place and the dynamics where they are implanted and contribute to society and not just economically viable interest. Thanks.